boys and girls, we have been reading the story Clothes in Many Cultures by Heather Adamson. This is a nonfiction story, which means it is real. It's real life. It's about real people wearing real clothes. And we have been talking about the main idea and details, and this is our last day that we're going to be looking at the main idea and details of the story. So we have already read about parkas. We read about what people wear in Colombia, parkas and sarongs and business suits. And we also read about ranchers. All right, we are going to keep reading about what other people wear. Now this says traditional clothes. So this is all going to be about traditional clothes. All right, brides and grooms wear fancy clothes on their wedding day. Look at those fancy clothes. American Indians wear bright colors to dance at powwows. And Scottish men wear kilts in parades and at ceremonies. Your clothes. Clothes are different around the world. What did you wear today? All right, we have been talking about main idea and details. So let me grab our main idea and details web. And we learned that we can look at our front cover to help us figure out what is the main idea. What is this story all about? And we've talked about before that this story, the title says Clothes in Many Cultures. So what is our main idea? Our main idea is about clothes. So I'm going to write that again. Clothes. The main idea in this story, it's all about clothes. Then we read about what different people wear for traditional clothes. That just means it's a type of clothing that people wear for certain occasions. For like with their wedding day, brides and grooms wear fancy clothes. Look at these fancy clothes. So now that is something that we learned today about clothes in many cultures, is that they wear fancy things. So I'm going to write fancy. Okay, and then I can draw a picture of a fancy clothes. Some fancy clothes. There's my fancy clothes. All right, so that we've learned about that clothes can be fancy. Then what other thing that we learned about clothes? Let me read this again. American Indians wear bright colors to dance at powwows. So what did we learn about traditional clothes? That they can be colorful. It says colorful. American Indians wear bright colors. So there's bright colors. So I'm going to write colors because they can be colorful. Look at all the beautiful colors that they're wearing. And now there's one other thing that we learned, and we could actually do another line for another detail. And this one says, Scottish men wear kilts in parades and at ceremonies. So that's another thing that we've learned in our story, another detail in our story, that Scottish men wear kilts. And I could even draw the kilts. And they're plaid, so I'm going to draw it like that. There we go. Okay, so those are our main idea, is that this book is all about clothes in many cultures. And today we learned about fancy clothes that people wear to their weddings, that it can be colorful clothes like at Indian powwows, and that Scottish men wear kilts. So those are the things that we have learned. Now, boys and girls, we have learned a lot about clothes in many cultures. Look at this. So this is what we learned today. Fancy clothes, colorful clothes, kilts. But we've also learned about suits and jeans. And we also learned about parkas and sarongs. But the main idea stayed the same. Look at that. It's all about clothes every time we wrote about clothes because the book is all about clothes. And then we learned a bunch of different details in the story and different types of clothes that people wear all around the world. All right, I want you to complete your last main idea and details page and then post it on Seesaw.